I swear this storyline has gone from interesting drama to full-on chaotic masterpiece, and I don't even know whether I should be impressed or emotionally exhausted at this point. So let me just breathe. No, actually, I can't breathe because this theory about Randy working for Leah, about Leah being the one pulling strings behind the scenes, that hit me like a truck. I'm not kidding. When I first thought about it, I literally had to pause and just stare at the screen like, wait, this actually makes sense? And you know what's worse? The more I think about it, the more it lines up. First, let me quickly recap what we're dealing with because this is a mess, but like a delicious mess. We've got Randy, who we thought was just this shady, opportunistic guy bouncing between Joey and whoever pays him more. Then we've got Leah, who at first seemed like just another victim in Lynette's long list of scams. And then Lynette herself, the queen of manipulation, the woman who somehow always slips through consequences like she's coated in oil. But now everything feels connected in a way that is honestly terrifying. Because if Randy is working for Leah, or worse, if he's playing both sides, Joey and Leah, then this isn't chaos. This is strategy. Let's talk about the biggest shocker first. Randy possibly being backed by Leah. I mean, hello? That completely changes his entire character. Before, I saw Randy as reckless, desperate, a little slimy, sure, but not exactly mastermind material. But this version of Randy, the one who could be secretly aligned with a powerful plasma organization member like Leah, that's not reckless. That's calculated. And suddenly all those weird, suspicious moments, they don't feel random anymore. They feel planned. Now, let's get into the blood situation because this part had me spiraling. Where did Randy get the blood to help Haley fake that miscarriage? Like, seriously, did we all just accept that and move on? Because I didn't. That stuck with me. That was weird. That was too convenient. And now it clicks. If Randy is connected to some kind of plasma network or working under Leah, who has ties to plasma, then getting access to blood wouldn't be difficult at all. It would be easy. Which means that whole miscarriage setup, that wasn't some desperate last-minute improvisation. That was a controlled operation. And I'm sorry, but that makes it so much darker. Now let's talk about Leah and Lynette because this is where things get really intense. Kat's conversation with Leah, that was not just exposition. That was a warning disguised as backstory. We find out that Leah was one of Lynette's victims. Not just a minor one, but someone who lost a significant amount of money. Someone who fought back. Someone who tried to take Lynette down legally and failed. And Lynette just walked away. No consequences. No justice. Nothing. Can you imagine the rage? Because I can. And honestly, I felt it through the screen. So now ask yourself this. If Leah couldn't get justice through the law, what would she do? Exactly. And this is where my brain just goes into overdrive. Because if Leah has access to plasma, an organization that clearly operates outside legal boundaries, then she doesn't need the law. She can create her own justice or her own revenge. So when Kat tells Leah that Lynette has disappeared and Leah suddenly rushes off, I'm sorry, what? That reaction was not normal. That wasn't concern. That wasn't surprise. That was, oh no, the situation is escalating faster than expected energy. Or even worse, I need to cover my tracks. And I swear, the more I replay that moment, the more suspicious it gets. Because Leah didn't stay. She didn't ask follow-up questions. She didn't show emotional closure. She left fast. And that tells me everything. Now let's bring Bill into this because, oh my God, Bill is sitting on a time bomb and he doesn't even know it. If Bill finds out that Leah was one of Lynette's victims, that she lost everything because of Lynette, and then realizes that HE helped Lynette escape those accusations, that's not just awkward. That's deadly because from Leah's perspective, Bill isn't innocent. He's an accomplice. And if Leah is truly connected to plasma, then we're not talking about lawsuits or arguments anymore. We're talking about retaliation, real retaliation. And here's where Randy becomes the most dangerous player in the entire story. Because Randy knows everything. He's working with Joey. He might be working with Leah. He's involved with Haley. He's connected to Bill's financial situation. He's in every circle, which means he has leverage over everyone. And I have to ask, does Randy know about Lynette scamming Leah from the beginning? Or did he and Lynette plan it together? Because if that is true, oh my God, that would mean Randy set this entire chain of events in motion years ago. Think about it. If Randy and Lynette were partners in the scam, and he knew Leah would eventually fail to get justice through legal means, then he could predict her reaction. He could count on her wanting revenge. And then he just has to sit back and let her do the dirty work. Eliminate Lynette. Eliminate Bill. And who benefits? Randy. And Haley. And don't even get me started on Haley, because she is not as clueless as she pretends to be. If Bill goes down, whether through scandal, disappearance, or something worse, Haley gets the insurance money. That's not a coincidence. That's a motive. And if Randy is helping orchestrate all of this, then they're not victims. They're players. But here's the part that really messes with me emotionally. I've been following this story for so long, right? Watching these characters, investing in their journeys, trying to understand their choices, and now it feels like everything has been flipped. People I thought were just messy, they might be dangerous. People I trusted, they might be manipulating everything behind the scenes. And I'm just sitting here like, have I been fooled this entire time? And can we talk about how terrifying Leah actually is now? Because before, she was sympathetic, a victim, someone we could root for. But now she might be someone who can order a hit at any moment. And that shift, that is chilling. Also, I need to ask, am I the only one who thinks Randy is enjoying this? Like, seriously, there's something about him lately. The way he moves, the way he talks, it's like he knows more than everyone else. Like he's 10 steps ahead. And that smug energy, I don't trust it. Not for a second. So where does this all lead? Let me just throw this out there. If Randy exposes that Bill helped Lynette escape Leah's accusations, then Leah will go after Bill. If Leah goes after Bill, Haley benefits. If Lynette is already gone, then one major obstacle is removed. And Randy walks away clean, or at least cleaner than everyone else. That's not chaos. That's a perfect plan. And I hate how much sense it makes. Honestly, I don't even know who to root for anymore. Bill? He might be in danger. Leah? She might be justified, but also terrifying. Randy? Possibly the mastermind, and I don't trust him at all. Haley? Playing a long game we barely understand. And Lynette? Gone. Just gone. And somehow, Disappearance feels less like a mystery and more like a consequence. I swear, this storyline has me questioning everything. Every conversation, every glance, every random event. Because what if none of it was random? What if this was all connected from the very beginning? I need to know what you guys think, because I feel like I'm losing my mind here. Do you believe Randy's working for Leah? Do you think Leah is behind Lynette's disappearance? Or is there an even bigger twist coming that we're not seeing yet? Because at this point, nothing would surprise me anymore. Nothing. But one thing is clear. If this theory turns out to be true, this might be one of the darkest, most brilliant arcs this show has ever done. And I am not ready for the fallout.